Well, hi guys, I'm Lit.
I'm Coco.
So this week we're actually in Jackson, Georgia.
Hmm.
So it's right in the middle of pretty much central Georgia, I guess. And we stayed at.
Forest Glen RV Park.
So this place, let me get this camera turned around and then we'll tell you a little bit about this place. So we decided to stay here for a total of 2 weeks. Um, the sites here, they have a lot more room. There are some that have a whole bunch of shade trees and stuff. Ours does not have the shade trees, but it is very reasonably priced. So this guy here, this is the laundry room, and then you have the front desk, and then we have this kind of like little entertaining area. So this here is like the little entertaining area. So you don't need to book it. You can just kind of come in,
Yeah.
hang out. Has air, so got a couple of people doing some jigsaw puzzles. Tables, microwave. So it's just yeah.
Yeah, they also have a laundry facility, I think mentioned.
Yes, they do have the
Yeah,
laundry facility.
which is nice. The only thing, I mean, it is right off the highway.
Uh-huh.
So it's a tad bit noisy sometimes, but it's actually very spacious, as you can see. We had a pull-through site, full hookup, 50 amp as well. And
Yep.
then the cost was really cheap, I thought, for having
Yeah.
a pool. It was,
So we
yeah,
paid $200 a week.
right.
So
So
400 for the 2 weeks, which to us is very, very
the
reasonable.
playground there.
So yeah, so we had the playground. There's I-75 though. So that's how close our site is to the highway.
But I haven't noticed it very much at all, I didn't think, as far
No,
as noise. A
yeah,
little bit of the semis, but
yeah, you'll
it's
hear some
been
noise,
nice.
but it doesn't concern us. Coming from a big city, it's actually kind of nice. Um,
But the sites are really large. I mean, there's a lot of room in between. I thought we have a really nice grassy area. This is our little spot.
yeah, so we're in C2. Um, like I said, we got a large pull-through area, so it's long enough for me to still have my truck parked.
And then I think with like what said with the cost, it was very inexpensive. The most economical one we've stayed at, right? With the pool,
Yes,
I think.
yeah, absolutely. So this little parking lot up here is like an overflow for a car dealership. They have trash cans spaced kind of throughout the park, so you don't have one large dumpster that you have to go to, which is kind of nice when you
Yeah, and it looks
when you need just to kind of throw stuff away.
And then it kind of looks like too down this area, there's a lot more people that maybe live here permanently as well, like full time
Yeah, yeah,
stationary, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
yeah. That there are quite a few stations. So I don't know if they give a discount for a monthly rate,
But just the
or
cost for us
yeah.
to stay was so inexpensive.
So guys, once we got here, we kind of got settled in. And then we tried to find a country bar or
Right.
something that had country music. So we kind of did some Googling and we found a bar that was actually having a country band playing. And what was the name of that bar?
It was Sean O'Brien's.
Sean O'Brien. So,
Yeah, I thought interesting though, but when I did Google, when you Google things to do in Jackson, Georgia, top 5 things come up, this bar shows up, which I found a little interesting because most,
yeah,
it's a bar. I've never seen a bar come up on TripAdvisor as things to do. Anyway, I
yeah.
thought that was kind of cool. That's what made me interested to go for sure.
So, yeah, so we found out they had a band. What was the name of the band that was playing on the Saturday night?
Let me see. Let me see. It was called David, Michael, and the Bulletproof.
Okay. So, yeah, they were a decent band.
Yeah, they were pretty good. They're
So, yep.
country, like you said.
Yeah, so we decided that, of course, we don't drink and drive, so we decided we would get a lift up there. I sat on the Lyft app for almost an hour, and it would just time out and tell me no drivers available. So I
Right.
finally broke down and installed the Uber app, and finally found one on the Uber app. So it's about 16 miles.
Right.
It's a straight shot down the 16, Georgia 16.
Right.
But the Uber was super expensive. It was like 45 bucks just to get
Right.
there.
Right.
But it's a lot cheaper than a DUI, I guess. So we got down there. We ordered some food.
Yeah. Yeah, we did. I got wings.
We got wings, cheese sticks.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
The waitress was super nice, and she recommended these Cajun ones. I guess Cajun is kind of a flavor here. Anyway, it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Did you enjoy it as
Oh,
well?
absolutely. Yeah. They had, they only had a few beers on draft. Unfortunately, they didn't have Coors Light, so we did buckets of Coors Light
Right.
in the bottle. I think they were still around $4 a bottle, $3.50, somewhere around there. So yeah, we enjoyed it. I'll throw up some video of the place, and then also throw up the video of the country artist, the band.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So here it is.
Strolling to the bar about 8:45. When I got to say that I was feeling mighty fine. Then from the corner came a ringing glance. A cowgirl came up to me and asked me to dance. She said, "Hey cowboy, where you from? If you ain't too busy, would you like to have some fun?" Oh, way I know, the only way I know, the only way I know.
So yeah, as you can kind of see in the video, it's kind of weird. They have slot machines, but they're more of a game of chance slot machine. Not huge money. It's like $1 a spin or something like that, and you have to kind of move the wheels up or down. But then you can't really cash them in. You can just take your winnings, pay off your bar tabs, and kind of stuff like that. So, but as you can see, it was a large place. They had pool. They had a bunch of other activities that you could do there. So, and then our server, what was her name?
Crystal.
Crystal.
She was so nice. Hi, Crystal.
Hi, Crystal. Yep.
She was one of the best waitresses we've had out here in the South. Super attentive, really nice. I mean, I think if you're definitely in Jackson, Georgia, you really should check out Sean O'Brien's.
Yeah.
It's called Sean O'Brien's Roadhouse is the actual official name, but it was a lot of fun. They have different things every night, it seemed like.
Yeah.
But what I did notice on their website, it did mention that they had a shuttle, which was interesting. I didn't pay much attention to it until we actually got there.
And then Crystal was telling us about it.
Yeah, she was telling us that we may not get a lift out that way because it's really rural area, right, from where we're at too. And so she had mentioned do the shuttle. So
Yeah.
anyway, so they offered us a shuttle ride home, which was how much was the again?
So it's $20, and it would take you as long as you're within a 20-mile radius of the bar. So that way, anyone that's drank too much or anyone like us that actually took a lift there,
Right.
it's $20 plus tip, and they
Right.
just load you up in a passenger van
Yeah.
and off you go. So
That was
so
nice.
we used that service, which was really nice. So yeah, so we had a lot of fun at the bar. Thank
Yeah.
you, Crystal.
Yeah, it was
We
good.
appreciate your hospitality.
She was great.
So she was telling us that there was a couple of sister bars actually on Jackson Square, and we'll talk about those in a little bit. So that was our weekend. Sunday we just kind of hung out.
Mhm.
Monday we decided that we were going to drive into Senoia.
Oh yeah.
So Senoia, if you don't know, is where they filmed The Walking Dead.
Mhm.
So I went out there with my youngest son about 6 years ago, and we got to see a little bit of the filming of The Walking Dead and kind of stuff like that. So
Mhm.
I wanted to take Coco there. She had never been there. Went down there. Of course, recording for The Walking Dead is now over, so they've removed all of the sets that they had down at the end of town. They're building
Right.
homes there. For information, Monday is not a good day to go.
Brad, don't go on a Monday.
Pretty much 90% of the stores and restaurants were closed
Right.
on Mondays and Sundays. So but we drove down to Senoia. It was about a 25, 30-minute drive.
Right from where we're staying here.
Yep.
Mhm.
So we went down there. We went into Nick and Norm's, which is a restaurant that's owned by the director of The Walking Dead, Greg Nicotero, and then Norman Reedus, Daryl in The Walking Dead. So we went in there. We ordered lunch. Unfortunately, they had worked on the water main in the small city, so there were no sodas. So it was just water, ice, and that was about it. So the food we had, I had a mac and cheese brisket. And what did you have?
I just had a burger. It was okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was.
No, it wasn't worth the money, to be honest.
It was a little pricey,
yeah.
and I mean, it was fine.
It was, yeah. So we'll throw up some footage of that place as well.
Yeah,
So.
and then when we were in the little town, there's also little shops and things.
Yeah.
Said unfortunately they weren't.
A lot
open
of them, yeah, a lot of them weren't open.
On the Monday.
The only one that was the Woodbury store, which is the Walking Dead
Right.
store. So we. kind of went in there looking for T-shirts and kind of stuff like that. That place has changed since I was last there as well.
Yeah, they do tours there too still for like the Walking Dead sites, right? But we did kind of stop in there just to see. They didn't have anything available that day, again, the Monday. So, you know, we walked around a little bit and it was still fun though. It's super pretty in Senoia. I mean, it's gorgeous. The whole drive there and then the whole city is nice.
Yeah, so if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, highly recommend doing one of the tours.
It's nice.
I've seen all of the filming locations before, and I didn't want it to turn into a Breaking Bad type situation and have Coco around my throat trying to get me to stop driving everywhere.
Right.
So, but yeah, Senoia, we enjoyed it. While we were in Senoia, there's a little roadside attraction, and it's called Barbie's Beach.
Barbie's Beach. We actually saw it online and found it. It was like 3 miles outside of Senoia, so we had to go. My sister loves Barbies, she collects Barbies, and we just had to go check it out. Yeah. If you Google it, there's a lot of, I mean, I guess they change it up a lot. They just have these little Barbies on a beach. When we were there, it wasn't great, right?
You had the beach, and then off to the side of the beach, as you can see in this footage, they actually had like a Walking Dead scene there as well.
But so yeah, it wasn't great. There's not a lot of parking right there, so it's just right off the road, and so, it was cute though. We had to see it just for my sister. So
we experienced that. So then Monday, as we were driving back, we decided to stop at Jackson Square.
Right.
So Jackson Square is just kind of like the downtown part of Jackson, Georgia.
Right.
Which also happens to be one of the main filming locations for Stranger Things. So if you enjoy Stranger Things, this is kind of where it's recorded.
Right. I didn't know that about it, so it was kind of cool to see. They actually film what's the city, what's the little town?
It's Hawkins.
Yeah. So, it looks a lot like Hawkins on the show. If you watch it, it's really cute.
Of course, because it's the same place.
Right. Well, I felt like I felt like I was in Hawkins versus Jackson, Georgia.
Where you were.
Oh, for the love.
So unfortunately, Jackson Square was a lot like Senoia. Monday, lots of the shops were closed. There was only 1 or 2 open.
Right.
So we were kind of getting hungry. So we stopped in. We found a bar right there on Jackson's Square called Goat Island Tavern. So we went in there just to get a drink and maybe get something to eat.
Yeah.
And they were telling us that they were doing trivia that night. So we actually ended up hanging out, and then we discovered that was one of the sister properties
of Sean O'Brien's.
To Sean O'Brien's. So they were all the same owner, owns them all. So we actually stayed. We did the trivia night with them. Unfortunately, their kitchen was closed that night. So there was another sister property, Caddy Corner, where you could go order food, and then you got it to go, and you could bring it back into the bar. So it was good. We had fun. Our server was Kevin.
Yeah.
Super nice guy.
Yeah.
So that was kind of our Monday. So Goat Island actually became one of our favorite hangout spots. So every night they had something different. For the time that we were here, Monday was trivia, Tuesday was poker, Wednesday was Naughty Bingo. So we went there on the Wednesday. We played Naughty Bingo.
Right, and it was a drag show as well. So I think it was called Diva Bingo, honey. Wasn't it called
Dirty
Diva?
Bingo?
Oh, was it called Dirty Bingo?
It was called Dirty Bingo. So everybody got 2 bingo cards each. You got to pick whatever the words were on top. So I'll show you the video of our bingo cards.
Right, and then they had the 2 hosts who were doing drag as well, hosting it. They were really fun, and then they did a couple shows there as well during the. It was so much fun. And I might mention that we're only from that bar from Jackson. We're only like 8 miles from the campsite we're staying at, so it's fairly close to where we were at.
So we had fun. We played played bingo. We didn't win
Yeah.
anything, and
It was fun
of
though.
course, all the prizes were kind of sexual in nature and whatever else. So it's just different for a small town.
Right.
To
I was
have that,
surprised.
like you would expect that in a large town like Denver.
Denver or Atlanta or somewhere, but
But we loved it.
was
And
so fun.
Charmaine is the diva that hosts
Yeah,
the bingo.
yeah, we got a picture with
Yeah,
her, so she's fun.
And
Yeah.
then she had a
So
co-host
good.
with her. So
Mhm.
yeah, so we enjoyed that on Wednesday. We then went back again on
a
Saturday
yeah,
night
because they were gonna have a live band.
Yep. And do you remember the name of the band that we saw?
So there was two gentlemen, and they were called. Their names were Caleb Anthony and Matthew McCartney.
Yep. So
Yeah.
they weren't country music.
They did play a little country though.
But they kind of played a little bit of everything.
Yeah, they were really good.
Hey, little girl, is your daddy home? Ain't going home alone. I got a bad desire. I said, ooh, I'm on fire. So tell me now, baby, is he good to you? Was he true to you? The things that I knew. Spend most every night beneath the light of a neon moon. And if you lose that one and only, there's always room for the lonely. So watch your broken dreams dance in and out of the beams of a neon moon.
So yeah, so we kind of really enjoyed that band.
Mhm.
Once again, we took a lift there. It was like $40 or something like
Yeah.
that. We then asked for the same shuttle ride to come pick us up. There was a little confusion mix up, so it actually took about an hour for them to show up.
Right.
They were coming and they weren't. So
Right.
just check. If you're going to be in the area and you're going to be going down there, just call and make sure that they're still offering the shuttle service from Goat Island Tavern.
Right. I think primarily they do that at Sean O'Brien's, is what we understand. So anyway, yeah, double check because it's a great service for sure. Because Lyft and Uber are kind of hard to come by here.
Yes.
So yeah, definitely. And I think also to mention that they close, at least this bar did, they close at 1:00 versus any later. I think they did last call at like midnight. So
Yeah,
I don't
while
know.
we were there.
And did you mention the costs of the
Oh,
beer for
So
both places?
so I was getting draft, and so was you.
Right,
So
well-
you were doing Coors Light. I did a sour beer, Mr. Robot sour, and I think they were like $4 a beer.
Right, and they have 70
Beers on tap.
Beers on tap. So yeah, I mean that's kind of what they're known for is on
Yep.
tap, which I love. I love on tap.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. Yeah, so we kind of finished our trip in the area of Jackson. We actually got tickets to go up to the Coca-Cola Museum in Atlanta. So we drove up there. Traffic.
Yeah, 40 minutes.
Yeah.
40-minute drive from Jackson to get to Atlanta.
Yeah, and it took us almost an hour. Traffic is horrendous.
Yeah.
These Georgia people, they either like to go 40 miles an hour over the speed limit or 20 under the speed limit in the left lane of the highway. So
Right.
Lots of congestion. Nobody likes to use their turn signal. So I guess that's kind of Atlanta drivers for you.
Right.
So if you're one of those and you don't fit in that realm, I'm sorry. But we went up to the Coca-Cola Museum.
Yeah.
We drove around actually for about 10 minutes trying to find somewhere to park. It wasn't, they don't have on-site parking there.
Right. We just did general admission. It was $19 a ticket. There is another option to do like a guided tour. I think that's 40. We didn't want to do that. We just did the general admission, and then you will have to find parking. Like Lit said, it's kind of it's right downtown Atlanta, so it was a little difficult.
So yeah, but we enjoyed the tour. You get to kind of sit and watch a couple of presentations in the beginning. And then you're kind of released onto your own.
Right.
So yeah, they had a smelling room with all the COVID that's going around. Everybody puts their nose on the same tube and then smells the different scents. I opted not to kind of do that.
Yeah.
the sicknesses. They weren't wiping them afterwards. But they did have the tasting room as well, where you could try one of hundreds of different sodas that they had available.
Right,
So
from
that was
different
kind of nice.
countries
Yeah.
and stuff. That was really cool. It was really busy, though. It seemed really busy there. It was fine.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I've been looking forward to going there when.
Yeah, because we had booked the
Mhm.
tickets figuring Monday wouldn't be a busy day. Well, we discovered Sunday night that Monday is actually Columbus Day.
Which
So,
yeah.
so we don't know if it's always that busy down there or if we just in our retired minds don't pay attention to holidays.
Or days,
or
really.
days.
Anyway,
So,
yeah, it was good
but,
though. It was
yeah,
fun. It's something you should check out if
Yeah,
you're
absolutely.
into it.
I enjoyed it, and you know me, I'm
Mhm.
a stickler for not liking these types of tourist traps. But I enjoyed it.
Right, for the
we got
cost.
some gifts and stuff.
Yeah.
They actually do these mystery bags, so I'm gonna go ahead
Yeah,
and
that's
and, and
yeah.
open these mystery bags, so that
Yeah.
way you guys know if it's gonna be worth your time or worth your money.
Well, if they buy the mystery bag,
Yeah.
huh?
So yeah, so
Yeah.
they have 3 different sizes. You got the large one, which I believe was like $10.
Right.
You had the medium sized one, which was
Nope, that's the small one.
$5.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
They look the
and then
same.
the small one was like $4. Or if you bought all three, you got them for $17.
Right. We just wanted to see what they
Yeah,
were. So we're gonna.
so let's go ahead and we'll start with this small one. Let's see what we got for $4 inside here. So I don't know if everybody gets the exact same thing or
It was
not.
just cool mystery.
So
What is that?
We have
Shoelaces?
shoelaces that have
Coca-Cola
Coca-Cola
on
on
it.
them, as you can kind of
That's cute.
see.
Okay. So then, what's the? This
So,
has to be the,
so
like,
this
the
one
medium.
is the medium. Let's see what we got here. So this is some sort of a.
Oh, it's like a.
It is a straw cleaner
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
and I think straw caps.
Let me see.
Oh no!
It's a straw.
It's a rubber straw and a straw cleaner.
Yeah, that's super cool. I love that.
See, there you
Yeah,
go.
that's super cool.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
And then here we got the large one. Let's see what we got in here. Oh my goodness, these are sticky. So this one here, we have a mini wireless speaker.
Cute.
So there's your charger cord.
Yeah, and it's all. Does it say Coca-Cola on it? That's so cute. It does say Coca-Cola. Show.
Yep. So it says Coca-Cola. It's a little
Yeah.
little outdoor
Little
speaker.
But it was so worth it for all three of them. We paid $17.
$17
Right?
for
That
all
was
three.
cute.
So yeah, I would say yes, worth it.
Do it. Well, and it was at the little register when we were checking out. So it's a cute,
Yeah.
it's a cute little thing if you want to do a little mystery thing.
So yeah, so as a whole, the RV park, how would you rate it?
10. 10
Yeah.
out of 10.
9.5 out of 10.
Mhm.
For us, we were here a little later in the season. Swimming pool was ice cold,
Right.
but we did
It's
enjoy
still
a
open
full day.
and yeah, and it was great. I loved it.
Yeah,
So.
good amenities, super friendly staff.
Yes.
Absolutely, hands down, would stay here again.
Yeah, for sure.
Loved it.
Mhm.
How would you rate the city?
10.
I agree, 10 out of 10.
Mhm.
So I think if we were to ever kind of put down roots and buy a house again, I think this would kind of be the city we would
Yeah.
move to. So very,
Gorgeous.
very rural, lots of amenities.
Mhm.
Absolutely love it. The two bars we were at,
10. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10 all the way across.
Yeah.
So I want to say once again, hi to Crystal. We appreciate your
Yes.
service there. And then also Kevin and BC.
That were at the other bar.
That were
Mhm.
at Go Island
Island. Mhm.
Tavern. So
It's fun.
yeah, and as you kind of saw in some of that footage, it is a veteran-owned bar. So they actually have a lot of police patches up there.
Mhm.
They're very law enforcement friendly. So yeah, so I
Yeah.
donated my patch, so the Colorado has a patch up there.
Yeah.
Um,
It's really
yeah,
nice.
enjoyed it. So guys, we are heading further down south. So
Mhm.
next week we will be, and we're not going to let you know the city, but we are going to be further way down south in Georgia. So
Yeah.
hopefully you enjoyed this video.
Yeah.
Don't forget to give us a thumbs up,
Mhm.
comment. Just drop a little note saying, hey, liked it, hey, didn't like it. Also give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe if you haven't already done so. It's free to do. And then don't forget to hit that bell notification.
Mhm.
So for now, we will sign off. Don't forget to stick around for some bloopers, guys. Bye.
I just feel like I'm looking up like this because of the way it's right.
Right. Hi. Okay.
Though, I'm gonna pause that because I can't. I was just gonna say surprisingly about how they close at like 1 o'clock.
Okay.
And then all of we didn't rank the RV park that we're staying at. You didn't say what your ranking was.
Out at Go Island, Kevin. Shout out to
Yes.
Kevin. Thank you. And then
Yes.
and